Hey, so as you know, with OnSong, you can import all your songs and everything in there, keep it organized. And so one of the main things that we wanted to do with OnSong is give you lots of ways that you can get your music, whether it's your charts, PDF files, Word documents, all your backing tracks, all that stuff over into OnSong. To do that, we use the Songs menu. Let's take a look. If you go into the Songs menu, you'll see all your songs. Now, you might not have any yet because you haven't imported any. And then down in the lower right-hand corner is what looks like a download button. Looks like a square with a down arrow. And if I tap on that, in the latest version of OnSong, we've changed the way the Add Songs menu looks to try to organize it a little bit. Before, it was just kind of a very long list of options. Now, Files was added to iOS, I think, a couple versions back, a bunch of versions back actually by now. And Files is an app that's on your device that allows you to access files anywhere on your iPad, including services that you have installed as apps. Okay, so think of it like if you're used to using Windows and you have the Windows Explorer where you can browse your files, or if you're using a Mac, you have the Finder window and you can browse your files. It's the same concept, except on the iPad or iOS. So if I tap on Files, what comes up is actually an interface that is all Apple, okay? So if you were to open up the Files app on this device, you would see something very similar. The only difference here is that it's showing up in a window inside of OnSong, okay? So something that I've done here, I'm gonna kind of come out of OnSong real quick here and show you. You can see here that I have a couple different apps that I've installed. I've installed OneDrive, which is Microsoft. I've installed Google Drive. I've installed Dropbox, and I've installed Box. But before I show that, I'm gonna go over here and find my Files app. Let's see, where are we at here? Files. Yeah, so you can see the Files app looks very similar to what you see in OnSong. In fact, it is like the exact same, okay? So I have these all installed, and if I open them, I've signed into each one of them. Okay, so I don't know if I have anything in some of these, but I'll show. But once you've installed them, the nice thing is that they all appear inside of OnSong, inside of that Files interface. Over here on the left, under Locations. So you have a couple different things that show up in this sidebar. One, you can see files that you've recently stored on your device, things that have been shared with me, my iCloud Drive, which actually looks like it has some song files in it that I could import. I have on my iPad, all of those applications that I've installed show up here on the left. And then over on the right-hand side, you can see that I have my OneDrive files. And I don't know what's in here, honestly, so hopefully I'm not too surprised, but you can see it probably looks like just your default OneDrive.
Sure.
I don't think I ever put anything on there. So, for instance, I have a getting started here with OneDrive, and if I wanted to import that file, it's a PDF, so OnSong can use it. I can tap on it, and then tap on the Open button in the upper right corner. Now that's going to download that file. It's 1.2 megabytes. Close down the Files interface, and then I can just tap off of that and see this wonderful PDF file inside of OnSong.
Thanks, Microsoft.
Right? Yeah. Now that does import the file directly, so we're not actually viewing it over the web. This is now available in my library. I don't need the internet anymore, and it just imported it right from OneDrive, which is really great. Let's take a look at some of the other types of services that we can use. So that's OneDrive. Google Drive comes over here, just called Drive. Let's turn that on. So here we have all my Google Drive contents. Now the nice thing is that this puts it in a very nice, consistent user interface that's very Apple looking, right? So if I tap on All Over Me, I know that's a song, or maybe 57 Chevy. Again, I can tap on them, I can tap multiple files, and I can import them. And there we go. Looks like a PDF file. And of course, Box works the same way. Now I don't think I signed into Dropbox yet, but you can see here I got a bunch of other files. Let's import some background ambient audio. So So we're gonna import that. Now that should come into OnSong. It may make a song inside of my library, and if not, it should be bringing that over here into my audio media library. There we go. So all those backing tracks have come in to OnSong, and now I can assign those to songs, and I just pulled that in from box.com. So anyway, that's how you use it to import files, and you could do the same thing to export. So let's say I come over here to my songs menu and I pick a set. I don't have anything too exciting in here, but we'll just pick this one. There we go. And let's say I want to export that set to Box. Again, just as an example, I can tap on the share menu in the upper left corner of my menu bar. And this has been redesigned as well. I think we've probably gone over this in the past. But the nice thing here is that I can see very clearly all the ways that I can share that file. OnSong Drive, file sharing, Dropbox, etc. And I'm going to tap on Files. Now here I'm going to pick how I want to export that information. So let's say I'm sharing that with my team and they might need it as a PDF. You know, maybe they don't have OnSong. If they do have OnSong, the best option would be OnSong Archives or an OnSong archive file because that can be imported into OnSong with all your styles, how your chords look, the font size, your drawings, all that stuff gets transferred with an OnSong archive. All the three that are below that are all text-based, and they're not going to have your stylization or drawings or any of that information, extra metadata that just drops that off. So we're going to export as Adobe PDF and OnSong Archive and hit export. Now that's going to create the file. Now, limitation with the files application or files integration is that it can only export, I believe, one file at a time, which is kind of a pain. So I think OnSong automatically puts this in as a zip file, but that's how you would export, is just by picking it from that export menu over here and then picking where you want to put it.